Hi there, this is Joel, co-founder and CEO of AnalogPH.com. Welcome to my very first attempt to produce life hack videos that you can potentially use for your business or maybe your friends' businesses, or anything like, if you're just an enthusiast who just wants to build stuff out of nothing and doing it really, really easy, then this is probably for you. So, when designing a website, I find the concept part, or when you're like kind of ideating, trying to figure out what you want to build, I find it really, really, really difficult because I'm more of a coder. Like if you're like me, you're somebody who likes like executing coding stuff instead of creating something that's artistic. But when you're deciding, it has to be both, right? And that thing really, really is difficult to do. So, with that in mind, I kind of, bump into this process, which is something that I'm currently actually using, which is, I feel like, really, really easy to do. So, I'm not saying that this is like the only easy thing to do. I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of ways to create stuff out there. But what I'm going to show you is, to us, my team, um, a process is like really, really executable. So let's begin by talking a little bit about concept. So concept, this is where you ideate, where you design. Most of the time, if you are somebody who actually like builds websites for for clients, or people outsourcing their own websites, or if you're a consultant, something like that, this is something that you always bump into. So I think this is where everybody really begins and starts. So what happens is you like ask questions, probe, and kind of do a needs analysis, and then figure out what they want to do, and well, at least get an idea on what we're trying to do. So then this is also where you kind of start and ideate, the things that you want to put on the website. So I start scribbling, start um, doing things, and then toss it over to like our design team. Or if I don't, like when I started, didn't have a design team, so I was the design team at the same time. So after the scribbles, I translate it into a digital mockup, and after a digital mockup, um, then I start building the website. I start executing it. So that was my process before. The problem is I would take so much time at the concept part, and if there are iterations, it would also take some time as well. And then I figure like actually an easier way to do it, which is what I'm going to show you right now. So if you're excited like me, let's go on to the next part of the whole thing. So step one, the first thing that you need is an inspiration. So you need, I mean, like there's so many websites out there, and dude, like there's just no excuse for you to not be able to make something really nice and pretty, right, for yourself, even if it's your like kind of first time to do or to create a website. There's just not an excuse for you to not be able to come up with something really nice, because everything is available. You just have to Google it and you can find it. I mean, if you also go on YouTube, you can find so many things out there as well. So anyway, what does this mean? All right, I have some tools that I use. Well, not really tools, but just some life hack that I kind of really bumped into, and I'm going to show you right now. So here's a website that can help you out, get you a little bit on inspiration, and get some ideas of what type of website you're trying to build, right? You go to www.awards.com, but with three W's. Anyway, you see how on the screen. So you go to that website, and then, by the way, this website, of course, from the name itself, it shows like websites that have, been nominated to be top of their line, whatever niche they're in. So, well, right now we're gonna like use the keyword farm, because we're trying to build a website for those clients who has a farm, or your client, assuming owns a farm and wants a website. You get it? So farm, boom. Then you get some examples here. right? And by the way, these samples are, like I said, really good quality samples. So let's say, for example, we're gonna check this website out, Florida Dairy Farmers. So see, so now you have an idea what website and how your website is kind of going to look like. I mean, you're not gonna copy the whole thing entirely, but at least you have an inspiration for what type of website you're going to build. Now down to step two. So now that you have a website that you're cutting for, that you want to use as an inspiration, now let's see if you can execute it. All right. The next step is to pick a theme for that website. So to do that, you just need to go to theme forest. Okay, so now that you have an inspiration, next thing you gotta do is you pick a theme, right? So we're in our website that's called themeforest.net. I mean, if you have been in the industry of web, you probably have bumped into this. I'm pretty sure. If you haven't, shame on you. I'm just kidding. So here we are in theme forest. So the next thing we need to do is like type the same keyword, right? Word farm in WordPress. It's actually already populated. So there. Now, after that, you just go ahead and click. So I'm using Mac, so I just do command click on each and try and see if we can boom, boom, boom. All right, so now that you have found an inspiration or a website that you want to peg your own website for or on, like inspect it a little bit, check out. So you're gonna need a lot of your visual prowess on this process. So you kind of like, check it out, and then next thing you need to do is to pick your theme, um, of course from Theme Forest, and so if you have, wait, just show you how I searched this. So you can click on here and it's gonna sort everything out and make everything WordPress, but you can also do it this way, farm in WordPress. And it should show you a list of themes from WordPress that you can use. Now, that one was this one, Healthy Farm Food. Boom. There. And then you go click Live Preview. Boom. And here you go. So this is a sample of the theme. Now what you need to do is you kind of see if this actually closely is close to this one. So this is just, made transparent. You can always like edit or customize this using the theme, by making the nav bar a little bit transparent like this. So definitely that can be like replicated and copied. So cool, right? Now if you want to see the full screen, just click remove frame. Boom. Yeah. Right. So I'm not saying that this is like exactly closely um, the same as this one, but I'm just showing you the process of kind of, like I don't know, like the process of making the design process easier for you. Did I say process and process? All right, don't get confused now. So after getting a sample, you then start checking out the elements of your theme if it matches at least about 80-90% from the theme that you want to kind of use as an inspiration. So the next thing you gotta do is buy this theme, right? Or if you're designing for someone, like what you need to do is you have to tweak this theme and create mockups out of it, which is the third or the next process. So after you've selected a theme, and so again the process was like down to the concept part, like getting all the details that you need from your client or from yourself, like what you're trying to build a website out of. Like if you're trying to build a website, an e-commerce website, or if you're trying to build a farmer's website. And so from the examples we used farm, so what you need to do is you like had to go to awards.com and look for like websites that are you know farm related, and use it as an inspiration. And now that when you have that, then you go to theme files to get themes that can actually kind of replicate the one that you picked from awards. And so now you're down to the third step, which is to produce the mockup. So the way I would produce the mockup is I would use like editors. I prefer using those that are really easy to use. They're a little expensive, but very very good, like Photoshop, for example, and some other things that you can use actually. So whatever is preferable for you. So by all means you can do so. So anyway, so after that you can just like replace this header maybe, and replace the pictures right over here, even this, and so on and so forth. So you could always just like the way I would do it is I would do a screenshot on my computer. Like I do a screenshot of this, and then I scroll down, and then another screenshot of this, another screenshot of this, and then another screenshot of this, and down until I get all the screenshots for everything. And then on my photo editor, I would import all the screenshots, and then stitch them all together so that I can have a long image of the whole homepage, right? And from there, I start editing each section, and that becomes my mockup. So after that, I would toss it to my dev team, my front end, back end developers. So they'd go into WordPress, install my domain, my hosting, my website. Start implementing all the features that I got included on here. So and that really really cuts the whole process in a really really fast manner. Makes it easy for me. So, but if you are doing it on your own, especially, you still have to do. I would really suggest that you make mockups first, because it would really make your life easier, so much easier. And then maybe get some feedback from people, how your website looks, and have them give a comment or something like that, or make suggestions out of it. So if the mockup like really looks good, then you can start implement that on your theme. So install your theme on your WordPress site, um, and then just start customizing it in accordance to what you see on here. So that makes things really really quick and fast. All right, hey guys, hope you've learned something from this video today. If you need help on your branding or your web design, there's a design team I personally know and would highly recommend. It's a design team called Alter. It's ALTR, and you can reach them via the link below this video. They are super, super, super easy to work with. And if you need some help, or someone help you out build your website, because it's like really tacky and really difficult to build sometimes, and it requires a lot of your time. Um, you can always reach us and get in touch with us. Go to analogph.com and let's talk. Hope you